sugar was a lot lower too. So they were both good. So
Hi,
it's a good thing.
everybody.
Hey.
So we're going through our non-scale victories. Matt is actually going to join us, but he was running a little late.
And I apologize. I am going to have to jump probably at 8:30. I'm in budget crunch season, and of course, everything's due tonight.
Of course.
And my peers have giant messes I have to clean up.
Why don't we start with your non-scale victories, since you may have to jump?
Hey, I got back on the bandwagon. Yay!
Hey, every time you get back on is a moment you haven't lost. I'm going to start what I had to say first, and then we can do the non-scale victories, because I want you to hear some of this stuff. I did a seminar at the beginning of at the end of last week, and I listened to this nurse. Her name is Nurse Cindy, and she talked a lot about scale stalls and things that we need to do when we start feeling a little like, oh, okay, as long as we know that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, there's other ways to measure our progress. And I just wrote a whole bunch of stuff down because I was so excited, but the first thing she said is that the scale is the devil. Would you ask the devil for advice? And I thought, no. And then she said something which I've done, so I had to laugh, which was, you weigh yourself, you go to the bathroom, and then you get back on the scale to think if something went down, but it actually went up, and you're like, how is that possible? So I laughed at that one.
I've done it.
I mean, too, I was like, I've done that. And I just don't understand. It's like, but how can I weigh more? I just peed or whatever, So one of the things, if you're, again, doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're stalling, I think it's probably better to start taking measurements. She was saying that she would measure, like, even from her wrist, she would have like 2, 3, 4 places to measure on her arms and her thighs. Later, I'll send a picture of the picture she had to the group, because she said she stalled for 18 months. But that did not mean she wasn't making big changes in her body. So it's again, trying not to focus on the scale and focus on the health. And then one of the things she says, like I said, if you're stalled, that doesn't mean good changes aren't going on. However, and this is a clincher, if you go back to whatever you were doing before, you will go back to whatever you were before. So, even if you are stalled, you're at a stall that is better than where you were, whether it was a month ago or 2 months ago. But for sure, if you start going back to your old ways, you will go back to your old way. Oh, she had this thing, she calls them pop-up squats. And I've been doing them this week. It's kind of silly. Every time I go to the restroom, I do 10 squats. They're real fast. I know Susan's looking at me like, what are you talking about? But if you think about it, even if you don't do it every single time you go, if you do it 5 times, that's 50 squats in the day. And she was just talking about, trying to incorporate little movements, like, you ever hear park your car further away, but just, if you're older and you have a hard time getting out of a particular chair, use that chair. And when you get out, do it twice, just to keep your body going, because she was also saying that as we get older, the bigger issues come when we can't take care of ourselves. And part of it is, walking and doing your own things. So it's always really, really, really important to keep movement going. She also talked about carb creeping, which is what happens to me often. And it's when you say just a taste, and Matt, I thought of you, but don't take it badly, because it said, oh, it's a special occasion, it's my birthday, I should have a piece of cake. But then it's a holiday, and then it's so-and-so's birthday, and then you slowly start creeping your carbs up. So it's always better to just, if it is your birthday, obviously that's going to happen once a year. So you keep, what am I saying? You know, you keep more focused. The other thing is about drinking, and I didn't really know this, but when you drink, your liver prioritizes getting rid of the liquor or everything before it does anything else. So those are things that, and it could stop the ketone production or cease it. She had another analogy which I thought was interesting with relation to the fast, and it says, like when you fill your gas tank, most people, you know, wait till they're half a tank or a quarter tank to refill. You don't fill your tank and drive, you know, 5 blocks and fill it again. So I guess that's something to think about with food, to give your body that break, that, you know, think about, oh, I don't want to keep filling it when it's still full. Last, a few more things. Never, ever, ever let a stall keep you from the goal of being in better health. So that's, again, important to focus on the health. And then this is a quote that I put on the group before, which I picked from somebody else. And it says, if you quit now, you'll end up right back where you first began. And when you first began, you were desperate to get to where you are right now. So keep going. And then this is my last quote, and then we can go back to the, because I took a picture of this. Somebody said, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your sickness later. And I think those are points, again, to keep your health as the main focus. Okay, so, hey, Matt.
Hey.
Time.
Hi, everyone.
I finished my spiel, so now you can start with the non-scale victories.
You done already?
Because some people might have to jump off early, and I wanted to make sure that I said what I had to say.
Cool. Gotcha. All right. What's up, Mr. Shockley? Hi, Suzanne.
Hey, man.
Tracy.
Hey, hey.
What's up, Deborah? How are you? She made it.
Yep, I made it.
Welcome. Hey, Christina.
Thanks.
Cool. Matt Leese, what's the word?
Not much. Same. I'm here.
Good stuff. All right. Let's start. Coach Shockley, you want to start with some non-scale victories tonight?
I was telling Gloria earlier, I've been, you know, pretty regular in my aquatic treadmill, and
Great.
my swimming trunks about fell off. I had to tighten them up because they were
Great.
a lot looser than they used to be. It was a pair I hadn't worn for a while. And also after my procedure last week in the hospital, I used to have so much trouble getting my wedding band off. After 49 years, it's kind of stuck there. And it slid off and off pretty easily. So
That's amazing.
that was good. And clothes are looser for sure.
Are
Those
people noticing?
haven't been out in public all that much.
Yeah.
So, you know, that'll come when able to get out and around people a lot more.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Matt Leese, did you make it 24, Matt? How'd you do?
Yes, I made 24 before, and I did a 24 today.
What?
And I ate dinner about 6, and I don't intend to eat till about 6 tomorrow.
Holy shit, Matt. I mean, Matt, I got to tell you, you're changing a lot without 24s. Like, that's what I'm really excited to see what's to happen when you start, like, you know, extending the fast a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I jumped off the bandwagon a little bit this week.
That's okay.
But for my non-scale victory, I had to, my clothes are fitting looser like Coach Shockley. They don't quite fall off me, but I had to put on a belt to wear shorts to work, and I got 2 more belt holes tighter than I've ever been. So
It's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big time. Good job, buddy. Proud of you.
Matt, Matt Lease, are your 24s getting a little easier now that you're doing them a little bit more frequently?
Yes, they are. I mean, they are. I still now, instead of getting hungry at like lunchtime, I'm getting hungry more like 3 o'clock instead
Okay.
of lunch. I get a little bit hungry at lunchtime, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it was. It gets worse. It gets, the bad now is about 3 o'clock instead of like 6.
And you're still getting your walks in?
Well, I got my walk in yesterday, but I walked for, I'm right now I'm a substitute gym teacher. So I'm on my feet pretty much all day. I still get 11 or 12,000 steps in.
Good. That's great. Fantastic. Tracy Winslick is back. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just
Yeah.
finished 48, which was hard this time, but you know, we had a steak dinner tonight. So right now I'm really happy because I got a full
Good.
belly.
Good. You're feeling good then.
For those of you that I haven't seen for a while, so I was having stomach pains, and it turns out I ended up with a stomach ulcer, and this is from 10 surgeries while I was dealing with breast cancer, blah blah blah. Anyway, got in some medicine, but because of that stomach ulcer, all of the things that I love that I was using to help get through all these 24s are things that act that are not good with ulcers. Let's put it that way. And so the only thing that was helping was to keep food in my stomach. So I did take a month and a half off. I was not crazy, but I probably put on 6 pounds of the 27 I had lost.
That's great. That's nothing.
Right. So I'm hoping to get those back off this week and then start working on the next level. But the good thing is the medicine they've got me on, my stomach seems to be doing okay. So just keep an eye on it. And let's see, other small victories. So I had blood work done with part of this checking of my stomach just to make sure there was nothing else bad going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my numbers are fantastic. So
Awesome.
Everything that you guys have been saying, I mean, it's shown in my numbers. I'm excited to go see my endocrinologist next week and see what she says, because she was the one that wanted me to lose 15 pounds. So
fantastic.
Yeah. So, like I said, made it through 48. It was not easy, but we'll start the 24s. And I did take pictures the other day. They were late, so I'll probably post on Sunday or Monday.
Cool.
But I do have them.
So I do want you to look into cayenne pepper and ulcers. Maybe Google it.
I did. I did Google it. I've used cayenne pepper in a few dishes. It's not an everyday thing. And I obviously in the snake juice, I've got it.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see where else I can incorporate it.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
So,
welcome back.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good to see you. Hi, Suzanne.
What's happening?
What's up, girl?
Living the dream.
Living a dream. I knew you were going to say that.
Living the rainy 3 days.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, that's right. Atlanta's nasty right now.
Woo, it just stopped raining this afternoon. And I'm very happy. I did take a picture of a rainbow and post it on Facebook because that's what happens after rain.
Yeah. How's that stairwell treating you?
Okay, so I've decided against a stairwell. Look, I was diagnosed in my right knee with osteoarthritis and a torn meniscus.
Yeah, steps aren't nice for that.
Going down the stairs is a problem.
Yeah.
So I may try going up, not 18, but I may try going up once in a while, but going down is no bueno.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you take the elevator down. Take the elevator down and walk back up maybe slowly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, but I'm not going to run down. It'll take a fire.
Yeah.
Or a fire alarm. I also think that that fire alarm goes off often. And the only reason I say that is because I live in a building where there's easily 300 apartments. There were 20 people outside.
Wow. Interesting.
So that thing goes off a lot. My non-scale victory is that, Gloria, I always measure myself because I think the scale is the devil.
Yeah.
The devil speaks through the scale. And so far I've lost 16 inches.
Amazing. Suzanne, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think we definitely have to be measuring so we can see
Yeah.
and feel when the devil's not talking, when the devil's lying to us.
Yeah.
We see
I'll send you guys a link to get, I mean, there's some really cheap ones you can just get on Amazon. But there's also one I got for Grace for like a gift. And it's like you hook it to, it goes Bluetooth to your phone. And when you measure it, it like literally it's digital. And so once it wraps around your arm or your leg or your
this one would be
stomach or
purse.
whatever,
It's not in my
it
purse.
links to your phone and it puts it in there, locks it in. So
Oh,
it's kinda
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't need it. But I also have a document too. I can send you guys, everybody, a document. You know what I'll do is I'll put it on the Facebook group, like a document that has like all the measurement places and a picture of each location. And then you guys can choose get a cheap, measuring tape on Amazon or get the advanced Bluetooth version.
I have to try that out. That sounds cool.
Yeah. All right, Deb.
Other than that, everything's good.
Good. Thanks, Suzanne. Deb, how are you? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
I know
Good
you
to
had a
see
long
people
day.
I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
Like Tracy, Coach Shockley. So I got my DEXA scan this evening.
All right.
So
Good.
I don't know what.
that was enlightening and frightening at the same time.
Yeah.
And I started the 48, Sunday, and Susie did that with me, and that was helpful to have her go along with me on that.
Yeah.
And then done the 24s, and that's been fun.
Good. And you've been so busy, you're not even thinking about food anyways.
Yeah, 16-hour days, you don't even think about food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
yep.
great. That's great. And send me over, if you can, a copy of the DEXA just so I can kind of see where you're at.
Okay. And I think I was going to put the measurements in the True Coach thing.
Yeah.
But it's in the metrics. I think it needs you to tell me to do it.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'll look into it.
And I'll put it in there.
Okay. Yeah. But if you can just send me an email with or do you have an email or did you get a hard copy of the
I
DEXA?
have a hard copy. I'll
Okay.
scan it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. But you're feeling good? Energy's good?
I guess toward the end of the first 48, I started lagging a little bit. And then the 24s are just,
Easy.
I don't really feel the energy change in that time period.
Good. All right. Good. First weekend.
Yep.
We'll be all right. We're acclimating. Still acclimating. You'll be good. You'll be good.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Christina, how are you?
Hey Matt, sorry.
That's okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So do you have any non-scale victories?
So mostly I do feel loosening in my clothes, which I fit better in my clothes. And I've had people tell me that they can see a change, so that's nice. Also, and I forgot what it was. About the fasting. The fasting is becoming so much easier for me.
Yeah.
I really don't get hungry. Sometimes I have to make myself eat because I know I have to eat to have sustainability, like you told me, and so I don't feel weak or tired or things like that. But so that's getting.
Well, I mean, listen, Christina, if you want to challenge yourself, if it's like have you done a 48?
Yeah, I did a 48 the first day, the first weekend.
Week.
And
Okay.
I did the 24s for the whole week. Then I started doing the, one day 24, one day 16. But then
Okay.
I hit a plateau and I got stuck. But I know you guys were talking about getting stuck on the scale. but I got stuck on the scale. Give me one
So what I was
second. Sorry, I had something on the stove.
That's all right. So Christina, what I would suggest is do another week 1.
So, well, I didn't go, yeah, I kind of went back to week 1 minus the 48.
Oh, that's not a week 1.
Well, I went back to all 24s.
Yeah, but I suggest you go ahead and just do another week 1 for sure.
Okay, I can do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
I mean,
Start
do I
next
do that
week.
next week? Yeah. Okay.
Do it Sunday. Yeah. So if you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm not even that hungry, like just keep going. Just challenge yourself and see what you can do. You have plenty, like we always talk about, you have plenty of ass fat your body can eat from to keep you going. You're not going to starve.
Okay.
And even if you don't do a 24, like you could do a 35.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like I want to have lunch, but I had dinner. So then instead of having dinner the next day, I just go like a little extra to lunch. So maybe it's a 30 something.
You do as much as you can. Like
Right.
Yeah,
more.
exactly. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, don't think that, you know, like you have to eat just because you're at the end of what you had planned to do. Like if you want to just challenge yourself and keep going. Have some water, get busy, go to sleep, go to bed.
Yeah, I had one really bad day, which was Monday. I don't know what happened, but I had like really no energy. I felt very weak, and I went to work out no matter what. I went to work out with Billy, but I couldn't even hold myself up with my arms. But I think that was the workout you gave me on the arms.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
I think I went with all my gump for it.
Yeah, you went all out.
Yeah, and so on Monday when I went, I had no muscle.
Well, it's either that or you had chicken for dinner the night before. Which was it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did you have
I
chicken?
plead the fifth.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I had. But that was the only day that I felt bad, but I feel better now.
So let's challenge you to do another 48. Let's do another week 1 next week, and let's break through this little plateau you're in. Because look, guys, you guys got to understand, when we first started this, for the first couple months, we did 4 weeks of week 1. There was no week 2, week 3, week 4 schedules. It was, we were just badasses, right, Glo? Remember that? But you know what? Everybody, I had females losing 23. Remember that? We had 21-pound losses, 23-pound losses, 5% body fat losses in 30 days. Like we were getting crazy results on 4 week 1s. So
and people who were already thin, you know, it wasn't like they were really overweight. They were already thin and they lost a lot.
Yeah, so 48s and 24s work wonderful. And look, and I want to just to ease some of your fears, because I know some people think this, and maybe Deborah may be thinking this because she's new, and Christina, maybe you too, like I barely fast anymore. Like sometimes I'll do 16s, and I'll do a 24 by accident. Like I'm just working a lot, and it'll be 3 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna wait till dinner to eat, and I'll get a 24. But it's really random. Like I don't need it anymore. I don't need it. I'm at my kind of my goal weight of 202, and that's my set point. My set point is 202 right now. Now, last week I went up to 212 on Sunday, right? But I was back down, guess what? 202 on Tuesday morning, like clockwork, right? So this is what I want you guys to ride that wave, to not get frustrated, to not get discouraged when you see the scale go up on a bad weekend, right? Or you had pancakes on a Sunday, or you went to a wedding or a party. Go have fun. I mean, look at Tracy. Tracy's been off the wagon for over a month, and she didn't lose her gains, right? So this is what I'm talking about, sustainability, Christina. Like we can still kind of go back to the real world, and you're just not gonna, unless you just go really off the wagon and just go in total reverse. Yeah, you can gain it back, just like on any diet. But I want you guys to know, don't be afraid to have if you're if you're gonna go to a party or something like that. I mean, if it's in your first 30 days, I want to challenge you to go all out. But look, if you're 6 months into this, 3 months into this program, like have some pancakes or have some pizza at a party or whatever. You may not feel great and you may gain some weight on the scale, some water weight, but you'll be back to normal like this. And that's what I'm talking about, sustainability. This is a sustainable program, but I do want you guys to get where you got to go before you start allowing yourself to do that on a regular basis. Because I don't even do that.
I'm definitely gonna go back to trying to do the week 1 for sure.
Yeah, let's get it off. Let's get a new set point, because some of you guys haven't broken through your set point. Some of you guys have a new set point. Like, let's do this real quick. I'm sorry to ramble here, but I'm gonna go back to me, an old example of me at 225, okay? And I would go between 222 and 228. That's my wave, right? That's my old wave, 222, 228, 230 at Christmas time, because I'm drinking wine and eating cheese, right? And then I'll go break down, and there I am at 222 again. Like, God damn, I can't break through 220. And I got this little wave going on, right? So now my new wave is 202. And I'll go 206, 202, 208, 202, 210, 202. But if I want to break through 202, I'm probably going to have to do some 48s and 24s to smash through the ceiling to get down and see if I can get a new set point. So that's what we're doing with this. That's what the 30-day is for. And then we start to kind of even customize even more in month 2, month 3, month 4. But, you know, Yolanda's trying to get under 200 right now, right? She had a big drop and now she's stuck, but we're going to break through 200. And then she'll have a new set point. You'll just continue to have these new goals that you hit. And then once you kind of get where you want to be, you just kind of, you can go back to having 3 meals a day if you want to, or 2 meals a day, or every once in a while you do a couple of 16s and a 24, but you kind of go back to normal eating. But some of you guys, we have to get disciplined and drive through the ceiling and get that new set point before you start doing that. You don't really deserve it quite yet.
You know, you definitely go back.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, Gloria, you were saying about doing the squats wherever. I've actually been doing that. I've been before you even said it, I try to do little squats in the shower, at work, in the hallway, wherever I have a minute, I'll just do 10 squats.
A Papa squat. Papa squat.
Yeah, seek opportunities to move, right? We talk about that all the time. Like today I had 3 privates with an hour in between. And I live right down the street, right? I'm not driving, right? So I rode my bike. So I did 6 trips to and from Primal Fit. So I rode my bike, trained somebody, rode home, because Lila was at home on Zoom by herself. So I was like, I got to go home. Normally I may stay there for another hour, but I was like, you know what? This is a good opportunity for me to get more bike ride in. So I did 3 privates with 2 trips in between. So I got 6 trips back and forth total on the bike today. So, and I wasn't able to work out. So I saw an opportunity and I took it. So you guys continue. Deborah, you, of course, as an attorney, I want you to start being more aware of how long you're sitting at the computer, how the volume of time that you're in a seated position. When can you find an opportunity, even if it's 10 minutes to get up and do some mobility, or 15 minutes to walk around the office before you get back in there, or maybe get a standing desk if you don't already have one. But it adds up. It adds up, right? The squats and the calf raises at the gas pump, all these little things that we're asking you guys to do, they add up over time. Rosie, what's up?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Christina.
Hey,
Rosie's
sorry,
looking lean,
sorry,
girl.
I'm late, man.
You're looking good.
Thank you. Feeling good. I was giving the kid a bath. Sorry.
That's
Got the
all right.
grandson. We got another baby due any minute now, so
Wow, congratulations.
I'm hanging on to the 4-year-old to give mommy and daddy a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I was texting with her because I thought she was in labor. They're setting up the birthing pool right now at home because they're doing a home birth. So
Wow.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, smart during this time.
Yeah. This week has been a little crazy, man. You know, Saturday was a huge highlight for me. I was texting Gloria. Was it Saturday or Sunday? It was Sunday. My scale finally hit 150. I hadn't hit 150 in 10 years. I was
Awesome.
like, man, I can't believe it. But then I was, Sunday we were busy. We've been moving getting the mother-in-law's house empty. And I don't know what happened from Sunday to Monday, where when I jumped on the scale Monday morning, which is when I normally do my accountability, I was at 151. So I was like, damn it. I must have been eating something last night, whatever.
No,
So
it's
then,
just, it's just how it works. Your body's never, stagnant.
It is. And then I got we were just crazy. Monday was the big move day, and, with the boys and doing everything. And I ate half a Big Mac, which really pissed me off, but I ate it because I was starving, and we went through the McDonald's drive-through, and I was just like, eh. And I started eating probably about a quarter of it, and then I was like, okay, the bread is messing me up, and I threw the bread out, and I started just eating the hamburger patty. But then I'm sorry, man, I don't know what happened. The French fries jumped in my mouth, and then there was an apple pie that jumped in right behind it. Oh my God, and I'm telling you, and it was just torture when the Oreo cookies landed in there too. But it was just a very stressful day, and I just said,
life gets in the way.
So anyway, I jumped on the scale Tuesday, and I was like, 2 more pounds. Oh my God. So I just went straight into 24s. So I'm back down. I'm back down.
Yeah.
I'm back down to Monday's weight. And today I made the taco cups out of cheese.
Nice. They look good.
So I didn't do Taco Tuesday, but I had Taco Thursday because I was
That's all right.
for it.
You got me eating tacos almost every day. Jeez.
Awesome.
It's an easy fix. I've got those cheese things that I can make little burritos out of. Or today I made the cups, and it was delicious. It was quick, and it was easy, and it just satisfied that craving. And then I just I've been forging ahead. So
That's it.
hopefully I can get back to that 150.
You will, guys. What Rosie is saying here is life gets in the way sometimes, and you just got to move on. There's no guilt. Yeah. Gloria's not going to yell at you. I'm not going to yell at you. No one's going to,
Oh, I'm going to yell at Rosie when I get off the phone.
She yells at me all the time. Yeah. I call Gloria how many times a day do we talk? I mean, we're all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, we've been friends for more than 30 years here.
Well,
so
she can yell at you. She can yell at you. I wouldn't do that. I say life gets in the way, and you're going to have days like that. The key is just to get back on it, at the next opportunity.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I said at the beginning. I mean,
she does.
It only goes bad if you get off of it. If you continue.
No, I jumped right back on it. It's been great. Yesterday was like a weird dinner. I had lamb chops with a tortilla, egg frittata. It was weird, but that's, it was like, I had it and I was like, okay, this is dinner. And I made my own guacamole with pork rinds. So my dinner was crazy, but it was satisfying.
Yeah.
Satisfied a lot of cravings.
I bet.
But what's
That's
up with
awesome.
I'm craving things. Like today, I will tell you this. I ate good today, but I am craving pizza like so bad. Like there's no tomorrow. And I made my husband a pizza for lunch, because I have to cook for everybody else normal food. And let me tell you, I almost threw the pizza at him because I really wanted to eat it myself, but I didn't.
Out of sight, out of mind. That would help.
I threw it at him,
out of sight, out of mind.
I ran out of there, and then it's kind of like as I'm passing the Entenmann's donuts in my kitchen that belonged to him. But
once again, satisfy the craving sometimes, and just get back and just move on. This is not an all or nothing approach. I mean, in your first 30 days, it is right, or maybe the first 8 weeks. But you guys got to realize that you can get back on it like this. You'll lose that water weight. It's just water weight. That's all it is. A little mess up here or there. And just, like I said, like if you're on a ship and you have your coordinates or GPS set for the docking area, it's right there. A storm is going to come. It's going to knock you off course a little bit. And like Gloria just said, the key is not to keep going where you go away from the coordinates. It's set for right there. Like the storm's going to knock you off course, then you got to get it right back. You're going to take do they have those anymore? It's like a big wheel, the steering wheel. You got to get the shit back on. Write
it again.
And you get back on.
I'm trying. I'm having trouble with exercise. I mean, what was it? This weekend, I did exercise almost every day last week. Sunday, I did a good 4 mile. a good 4-mile walk. Monday we were doing the heavy moves, so we were lifting, and I
That's
was
a lot of
I was
movement.
sweating like there was no tomorrow.
That's a lot of movement.
But I did take yesterday and today. I just wasn't in the mood to do anything. I went to physical therapy yesterday. He kind of kicked my ass a little bit, but I just wasn't in the mood today for nothing. I was like, maybe I'll stretch, maybe I won't. Screw it, you know. So I know I gotta. The cardio helps me. It does help me with between the eating and it helps me drink more salt water, which I hate to drink, but I do drink more of that keto salt thing when I exercise, which kind of helps me with everything else. So just got to get back into it.
Good.
And I need some arm exercises, man.
Yeah, you need to get some weight training in twice a week.
Yeah.
At least twice a week.
What about the bands? Do you recommend the bands?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
We can talk about it.
Right.
I want to, and if you guys want to get on a phone call with me, I put it on the page. Like we can schedule a time to talk about it and see if I can help you a little further. Give you some suggestions.
All right. That'd be awesome.
All right. So lastly, I'm going to write about this and put it on social media tomorrow probably. But I get sometimes, and you guys probably see this too, where you'll see the person with their shirt off, 6-pack, and they always say, "Look at me eating cheesecake," or "Look at me eating pie," and I don't restrict any foods, and I still have the 6-pack, and no foods are off limits, or no foods are bad as long as you're in a calorie deficit. Like I see this all the time, especially from trainers, and obviously dietitians and nutritionists do that too. They'll be like, "Oh, there's no such thing as a bad food. It's all about being in a calorie deficit." And they're correct, right? When it comes to weight loss and when it comes to getting lean, right? But what no one talks about is the health ramifications from eating like that, right? And that's going to happen. We just talked about it. You're going to go to a wedding and have cake. You're going to go have some pizza sometimes on a Saturday night, right? You're going to do some of these things periodically, and it's totally fine. I'd like it to be strategic. Sometimes it's not strategic. Sometimes it's just life getting in the way. But I think we need to talk about this from a health standpoint, because that's what I want you guys focusing on the most, right? The weight loss is going to come. I know we check measurements and we look at scales and we like to track that stuff, but ultimately this is about health. And if we get healthy, focusing on health, a byproduct of that will be weight loss. A byproduct of that will be getting leaner. A byproduct of that will be scale moving. A byproduct of that will be clothes fitting better. So let's really focus on health, because I can't think of one, and this goes to more of a nutritionist question than it does to a trainer saying this, but give me one reason why cereal, why you would need that somehow. Like, what am I missing by cutting out that? Like, what am I really missing by cutting out pastelitos? I like pastelitos. Pastelitos are really good. Gloria, we live in Miami, and Coach Shockley, if you could taste a pastelito. Pastelitos.
I'm not sure what that is.
Gloria, you want to tell them? This is a pastry. It's a pastry. It's
Well,
a
they
Cuban
have different
pastry.
ones. They have guava, but
Ooh.
it's like a flaky pastry.
Guava and cheese.
Guava and cheese, or guava or beef or chicken.
Right. So, but nutritionists do this all the time. They'll say, "Oh, there's no foods off limit as long as it fits your macros, right? As long as it fits your daily caloric requirements." And I'm like, okay, they're in a calorie deficit. They're eating pastelitos. I mean, there's been studies done on that. People will eat Burger King or eat McDonald's only, and they'll lose weight. Yeah, it's possible, but is that healthy? Like, so what I'm getting through to you guys is I don't want you guys to think, to not believe that shit when you hear it, because yes, you can be in a calorie deficit eating complete shit, processed food, pure sugar. You can be in a calorie deficit and still lose weight eating pure sugar, but it's not going to be good for you. So what's the point? And these are health professionals telling us this stuff. Like, it's okay. There are no bad foods. Okay. Well, tell me how good a pastelito is for me. Like, is that a good food? Like, you're cool with that? Like, is that something I'm going to be missing? Is there a requirement, a nutrient deficiency? Is there a pastelito nutrient deficiency? No, there's no sugar deficiency. There's no pizza deficiency, right? These are foods that are available to us if we would like them. But I don't want you guys to think that like you have to have them, like you're missing something. You're not. You're gonna have them sometimes, and that's totally okay. You're gonna have a muffin. You're gonna have these things, and everybody has different ones here. There may be chocolate chip cookies, or it could be bread pudding, like whatever it may be. If you want to have that periodically, strategically, go for it. But to say that like, you know, somehow you're missing out on some health benefit that I've never heard of, it's ludicrous. So just question everything, especially dietitians. Coach Shockley, I know you've dealt with dietitians because you've been, you know, had some bouts with some stuff at the hospital, and like they're just the worst. They are just the worst. It's crazy the stuff they tell diabetics to do. And most trainers don't know what they're talking about either. So just question everything. Question everything. Like I want you guys just to be as healthy as possible and have the body of your dreams, right? Both. Does everybody understand where I'm going with that little rant? Any questions?
Well, this is not a question. I mean, that was my aha moment. That's what saved me, because it was always, and this is what I was telling Matt Lees, is the carb creeping. You'll just get right back into it. It sucks you right back in, and now when I say I cheat, I've had ricotta cheese with some peanut butter. That's it, my cheat is not a pastelito anymore.
Right.
I really, I think it's kind of like I asked about, you know, the 24s, are they getting easier? And Matt said they are, and I think it's the same thing with the food. If you get rid of the sugar, it becomes easier not to have it. I mean, like I used to have a Starbucks. Look at Rosie will know this. I had a Starbucks Frappuccino every day. Not to mention it was $4 a day or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't spend that money. And I have, like, now I feel like, well, what would I have if I went to Starbucks? Would I have just the green tea? I mean, like, I just have no desire to go there anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Your palate's changed.
Yeah, my palate has changed, and I think it's just easier. Like, I'm not struggling with the pizza or anything. David has pizza all the time. I really just, I'd rather have that piece of steak or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's all relative to the person too, because like somebody, and these people that irritate me saying this stuff, they don't realize that some people have a sugar addiction. They literally have an addiction to carbohydrates. And when they say, "Oh, these people are cutting out carbohydrates, that's ridiculous. Like I eat a ton of carbs. Look at me, I'm shredded." Like, motherfucker, it doesn't have to do anything to do with your six-pack abs. Right? And you could be diabetic and have six-pack abs, right? So don't ever think just as somebody looks good on the outside that they're not sick on the inside. Because all the time, we can't see their blood work. We don't know their metabolic condition, their physiology. I can tell you that for sure most bodybuilders are extremely unhealthy. They look amazing. They're on stage flexing their muscles, but they're not healthy. But most people strive to look like that. It's not healthy to look like that, especially long term. But they're restricting themselves too. They're restricting themselves to 4% body fat, 5% body fat. That's not healthy either. But what I'm getting at here is don't judge a book by its cover, and don't ever think that you're missing something nutritionally beneficial to you by not having some of these things, right? Don't let somebody say, "Oh, that's crazy, you're on a low carb diet," because you're going to hear that from haters. Like, "Oh, that's so unsustainable." Like, no, it's not actually. It's not. But you've got to do it long enough to see some results. Unsustainability comes from people not going far enough. They don't do anything long enough, and they just go back to their old ways. And they don't have a support system either. There's a lot of reasons why people go back. They don't have accountability. They don't have a support system. They don't have a coach. You know, my mother-in-law in my living room right now, she lost 30 pounds. Like she did that all nutrition-wise. She just started doing Zumba and started walking, but she's changing her life right now. But she's gone backwards before, so she's guilty of that, and that's something we're gonna have to watch. So the last thing we need is you guys going back to your old ways, because you can reach your goal and have a pastelito here or there or a bread pudding, and ride that little wave. Have the pancakes on Sunday. You go to a party on Saturday night, you go to the wedding, you're going to see that little gain. maybe a little bloatedness, maybe a little distended belly, maybe a little diarrhea, maybe a little weight gain, right? But you're going to get back on it on Monday. What happens? You go right back to normal. The key, like Gloria said, is to not let that pastelito lead to more pastelitos, right? To know when to shut it down. And Gloria's chosen, I don't want to be tested. I don't want to be tempted. So I don't do it at all.
Because of the addiction for me,
Right,
I believe.
Right.
And I've given away all my clothes, so I can't go back to anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally a dopamine addiction. And you guys have to realize, like, heroin, the same part of the brain that heroin lights up, carbohydrates and sugar do the same thing. Sugar does the exact same thing. So these dietitians that are saying, oh, sugar's fine, I got to argue with that. I got to have to, that's ridiculous. And they're in a hospital. The hospital is the worst place to be. If you get in the hospital, you say, I want food coming from outside the hospital. Please, I'm going to have my wife bring me food, because the hospital is not set up to give you any type of nutritious food. It's a very sad situation. And also retirement homes, retirement communities, the worst too. They're just slowly killing people. But anyway, my rant's over. Any questions from you guys?
No question, but I did have a comment based on the sugar addiction and the giving in to stuff. And that is one of my weaknesses, is the sugar and carbs. Yep. So I do still crave them a lot, and it takes a lot of effort for me to say no. And I just wanted to give the example to support what you're saying. My daughter made a whole batch of chocolate chip cookies when I was coming home from working out the other day, and I thought I was gonna die because they smelled so good. And Jacques says, just have one, it's okay. And I said, no, I can't, because if I eat one, then I'm gonna start saying, okay, tomorrow, okay, I'll just have one. Okay, I'll just have one. So I said, no, I can't. I have to just say no. And for now, I'm on a mission. For now, I'm on a mission.
Yep, you are. You're on a 30-day mission.
Yeah, and I said, so I'm not gonna do it. So I had to like really talk to myself.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about this is, you, like Gloria said, you're not gonna. Eventually, you're gonna lose the taste for it. You may still. I love chocolate chip cookies, and Lila makes them sometimes on this call on Thursday night. Sometimes she's making chocolate chip cookies, but like 9 times out of 10, like I don't have it at all, or I may just have one. And it's because, and I'm not joking, I used to be able to, I could kill 12 cookies. Kill them, easy. I could kill a whole pan of those little Toll House cookies very easily. But it just doesn't sit well with me anymore. It doesn't taste the same. And the longer you take it out of your diet, Christina, and then you add processed food back in like that, where it's like very chemically, if you look at the ingredients list, it's very long, it's full of additives, preservatives, food colorings, all types of shit. You will taste it. The healthier you are, the worse shit food tastes to you. It just doesn't taste good. So if you're consuming shit food and you just think it's great, then you're really unhealthy.
No, I wouldn't say that, but
no, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
So the healthier, you know when you're healthy. When you eat really bad food and it just doesn't, it used to taste good to you, but it's just not the same. That's when you know. So you need a 48, girl. Because the 48s are there for sugar addictions and food addictions. You need another week or two. Another week or two of week 1.
I need to curb that. I have one other question really fast. And that's, I was hearing Gloria say about her cheat with the scoop of peanut butter, like a spoonful of peanut butter. How bad?
That's a cheat. It's one of these, a cheat. That's a Gloria cheat.
How bad is that?
No, it's nothing.
Well, I'm using that. Because
I'm going to admit that I've had a couple of those spoonfuls of peanut butter cheats.
No, it's calorie dense. It's not like paleo or carnivore, that's for sure, but it's calories that'll add up. But it's no big deal.
Christina, also look at the peanut butter that, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. because
Uh-huh.
some of them do have a lot of sugar. So I really look to find one that has like
Low
no
sugar.
sugar added.
No sugar.
It doesn't
Okay.
taste as good, but because
And look, and you can also get freeze dried peanut butter too. It's powder in
well,
powder form.
that's what I put in my I
Yeah.
put the powdered one because you
That's
said that
nothing.
was.
That is
Yeah.
nothing. That's not a cheat. I mean, the calories are so low.
So freeze-dried peanut butter
What's it called,
powder.
Gloria? I
What's
forgot.
that peanut butter PB1 or something?
PB1 or PB2, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
I got that at Publix.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then what? You just have like a spoonful of that, or
You can put that in ricotta cheese, put it in cottage cheese, you can put it in yogurt, mix it all up, a little pudding.
And I think if you want it as peanut butter, I think you mix it with water and it becomes kind of like peanut buttery.
Mm-hmm.
okay, because yeah,
Hey,
I mean, I try to do something, just something very tiny, and that was the least amount. So okay, thank you.
Look for the video. I did a video on that online. I was on the Facebook page where I made the pudding with yogurt and protein powder and peanut butter, and I mixed it up in a little pudding. I have
I
that
did
almost
see
every
that.
night. Every night before I go to bed, usually. Almost every night I have that.
Do you have that on your
Oh.
YouTube channel?
I did
Yes.
see it somewhere.
But it's on the Busy Professional Blueprint. It's on the private Facebook group.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Put in there. I don't know what I
Me
called that
too.
video. I'll see if I can pull it out and put it up there so you guys can see it again. But yeah, but that helps with sugar cravings. That helps with sleep. It's got good fat content in it, good protein in it, very low carb. So it's a nice little kind of a little snack you could have before you go to bed, Christina.
5 grams of carbs.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Hey, Matt,
Awesome.
Hey.
Thank you.
on cottage cheese, when you're buying the cottage cheese, you know how they have the 2% milk fat, the 4% milk fat? I mean, which one
Yeah,
is
it's
the
up
one
to
I'm
you.
supposed-
I mean, I do 2 and 4. Because
Okay.
Grace has like 0 and 1 in the house too. Like she has like yogurt 0 and 1. So sometimes I'll have like, it depends on how my day was. Like if I ate a ton of red meat for lunch, or if I had a lot of fat throughout the day, then that little snack, it might be like a 1% and 0%, or I may do 2% cottage cheese and 0% yogurt. I do a little mix of it. So sometimes I play with that. But if I've had like on a lower fat day, then I'll do like 2 or 4% cottage cheese.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Yeah, just get creative. Play with it. All right. Any other questions? We're good? Gloria, thanks for opening up for me tonight. She's a beast. Deborah, welcome.
Thanks for texting me, Glow.
Tracy, welcome back. Susanna, Coach, Matt, Christina, have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. We'll see
Thanks,
you guys
Matt.
next week. Keep up the great work, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Bye, guys. See you, Glow. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.